Hello, good day from wherever you are watching me. You're all welcome to our session today. You're welcome to our book review. Thank you all for joining us. Yes, you're all welcome to our session today. So today we're going to be having our book review. My name is Chioma Odikulu. You're welcome to our platform. You're welcome to our session. And we're going to be reviewing a wonderful book, a book I believe we're all going to get value from. We're going to be reviewing this book. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big. So this is the book we are going to be reviewing here. So join us as we enjoy ourselves. So first of all, we're going to start. So if you join in, just say hello, say hi, so we will know you're here with us. Now, this review is going to be done in two parts. It's going to be done in part 1 and in part 2, so we can get the whole juice of this book. So we're going to start. Now, the magic of thinking big. The first thing I would like us to know is the power of our belief. Now, when we believe we can succeed, we will definitely succeed. Belief is something that is lacking in our world today. Belief is something that most of us do not have, or belief is something that we have to intentionally train ourselves to have. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, sir, for joining us. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Now, what is belief? Belief is an acceptance that something exists or is true, especially one without a proof. So belief is an acceptance that something exists, that something is there, even when you can't see the proof. So even when the situations around you do not show that there is a proof, even when circumstances around you do not even show that there is a proof, you just believe it. That is what belief is. Now, belief is very important. When we believe we can succeed, we will definitely succeed. When we believe we can do something, when we believe we can achieve something, you know, how we are going to achieve it and how we are going to do it starts to develop. So everything starts with our belief. Everything starts with our mind. When we believe in a thing, you find out that the resources we need to achieve that thing starts to come up. The people we need that can help us, thank you, Ma, for joining us. The people we need that can help us achieve our goals or what we believe in start to show up. So the first thing we need to have is belief. And that is the message I bring to us today. I bring to us the message of belief. Now, belief, strong belief triggers the mind. When we believe strongly, it triggers our mind to figure ways and means on how to believe that everything is possible. So when we have strong belief in ourselves, when we have strong belief that we can achieve something, it triggers our mind. It triggers the way we want to achieve that thing. Now, belief is positive power. Our belief is our positive energy. Our belief is the energy and the power we put in to achieve what we want to achieve. Now, when we don't believe in something, when we disbelieve, it is negative power. When you disbelieve in something, it just drops your morale. When you don't believe in something, it doesn't give you the you will not want to try. But when you believe, you have the energy, you have the power to continue to push through, to continue to look at that thing you believe. So believe you can achieve it and you will achieve it. Believe you can go beyond. What is that thing that you really want to do but you doubt yourself? Just believe it today. Just first of all, start from believing. Believe you can go beyond. We should believe we can go beyond, and we will definitely go beyond. Belief is the thermostat that regulates what we accomplish in life. So the thermostat that regulates everything we accomplish in life is our belief. So it is very important for us to build our belief. Everything starts with our belief. We are products of our thoughts. When we believe big, we will achieve big. When we believe small, we will achieve small. So many great people that are doing a lot of things out there, The truth is that when you sit down with all these great people, when you sit down with successful people, and when you ask them questions, you find out that their belief is different. The belief they have about themselves is totally different. So when we want to achieve something, you want to achieve your goal, you want to start up a business, you want to apply for a job, you want to do something, first of all, start by believing that you've achieved that thing. Believe it in your mind. Envision it. See it. Feel the emotions. Let it be all over you that you have achieved that thing. First of all, believe it. And when you believe, you can go beyond. Believe in yourself and good things will start to happen. When we believe in ourselves, good things will start to happen. When we believe in ourselves, the resources we need to achieve our goals, the resources we need to achieve everything we need to achieve, it will just start to come up. I remember when I wrote my first book, I've never written a book before, but somewhere in my mind, I've always nursed this desire of writing a book. I just believed it somehow. Somewhere, I just said I wanted to write a book, and I kept that thought. And when I kept that thought, because I had already believed it, because I've already thought about it, and somehow, the right resource came, the right mentor came, and I keyed into it because I had already believed it. I had already kept it somewhere in my mind. I had already thought about it. But when you don't think about your goals, when you don't think about that thing you want to achieve, you find out that even the resources you need, when those resources come to your faces or to your face, you will not be able to key into it because you've not believed that you can achieve it. So how can we develop our belief as parents and as individuals? Number one, we must think success and don't think failure. Most of us spend our time to think about failure. Please stop spending your time thinking about failure. If we must, improve on our belief, we must consistently, we must intentionally catch ourselves thinking about success. Think more about success, because the more you think about it, the more it comes to you. So think about success and think less. In fact, don't even entertain failure in your thoughts. Number two, we must remind ourselves regularly that we are better than we think we are. Most times we doubt ourselves as individuals, we doubt ourselves as parents. We just feel, I can't achieve this. People that are achieving greatness is meant for some certain kind of people. But I am here to tell us that we all have the creative power that God has given us. We all have the capacity. We all have the ability to achieve great things. So we must first of all believe in ourselves that we can achieve great things. Then number three, we must believe big. We must believe big. Don't believe small. We must go out there and believe big. The size of our success is determined by the size of our belief. The size of our success, how successful we are, how successful we turn out to be, is determined by the size of our belief. How successful we are in the moment, how successful you are presently in what you are doing, in your parenting, in your work, in your career, is determined by the size of your belief. So the question I have for us today, what size is your belief? Do you believe big? Do you believe strongly that you're going to go out there, you're going to achieve your goal, you're going to start that business, you're going to take that course, you're going to get that job? Do you believe strongly? We must believe it, because the size of our success is determined by the size of our belief. Then the other part of the book, which is the chapter 2 we're going to be reviewing today, is that we must cure ourselves from excuses. Most of us give excuses. We tell ourselves so many things, the reasons why we can't be successful, the reasons why we can't start that business, the reasons why we can't take up that book and read, the reasons why we can't take up this course. We give ourselves series and series and series of excuses. The reason why I can't start up this thing, I can't apply for this job, the reason why I cannot move from point A to point B, we give ourselves so many excuses. excuses. But I'm here to tell us that we need to cure ourselves from those excuses. We need to cure ourselves from those things that are holding us bound. And what are some of the excuses we give to ourselves? The first excuse we give to ourselves is the excuse of our health. The excuse of our health. Most of us use our health for excuses. Most of us tell ourselves so many things. Oh, my hands are painful. I cannot do this today. Oh, I'm having headache. Oh, my body aches. My body hurts. My this. We give ourselves excuses with our health. But the truth is that if we must succeed, we must go above. We must step above these excuses. We must get off from these excuses and begin to act and begin to work. How can we deal with this excuse? Number one, we must refuse to talk about our health negatively. So don't be the person that brings negative energy. Maybe you're in a space, you're discussing with your friends, or you go to an event. The first thing, your conversation is always negative. Your conversation is always centered on your health. My body aches, my body does this. No! One of the ways we must cure ourselves from this excuse of our health is that we must learn to speak positively of our health. We must learn to speak positively of our health and not negatively. The other way we can cure ourselves from this disease of excuse, of health excuse, is that we must refuse to worry about our health in a negative way. We must refuse to worry about our health, even what we don't have control about. What we know we don't have control, but we worry so much. So we must get to this state of calm. We must get to this state of peace, because when we are at peace with our health, we'll be able to progress. When we are at peace with our health, we'll be able to move up. We'll be able to step out and do what we need to do. The other way we can cure ourselves from the excuse of our health is to be genuinely grateful for our health, as good as it is. We must learn to be grateful for our health. Most times, a good number of us, we don't think health is something we should be grateful for. But I am here to tell us that one of the things, one of the best miracles, one of the best gifts we have on planet Earth, the gift of our life and the gift of our health. Most of us wait for the very big things. You want to see that, oh, this magnificent thing. Oh, you want to see this thing. Oh, before I'll say God has done a miracle for me. But the truth is that the fact that you're healthy is a miracle. And we must be genuinely grateful for our health. That is one of the ways we can cure ourselves from the excuse of our health. We must be genuinely grateful for our health. We must understand that our life is ours to enjoy. God has sent us to this life to enjoy. He said, go to the world, subdue the earth, be fruitful and multiply. This life is for us to enjoy, so let us not waste it. Let us not waste what God has brought us here to do. Don't pass by living up your life, thinking negatively about yourself. Don't pass by living life till you end up in a hospital bed. We must be genuinely grateful for our health. We must genuinely speak positive of our health. We must genuinely enjoy this life. We must genuinely take care of our health. We must genuinely give ourselves self-care. Whatever self-care is for you, we must genuinely do it. That is one of the ways we can cure ourselves from the excuse of our health. Another excuse we give to ourselves is the excuse of intelligence. And what is this excuse of intelligence? It's the excuse that we underestimate our own brain power. We underestimate our capacity. We underestimate what we can do. We underestimate what God has planted in us. We underestimate our intelligence. And that is why a good number of us will tell you, I cannot apply for this job because I don't think I'm intelligent enough. I cannot start up this business. This business is meant for some kind of people. I cannot take this course. I cannot read this book. I cannot do this. I cannot do that because I am not intelligent enough. So we must cure ourselves from this excuse. Sometimes we overestimate the brain power of other people and we underestimate our brain power. Sometimes we look at the other person and say, this person is intelligent, this person is smart, that is why this person is achieving a lot. But the truth is that most times we forget to look at our strengths. We forget to look at our abilities. We forget to look at those qualities that God has placed in us. So if we must think big, if we must achieve our goals, if we must step out and begin to live our best lives, if we must impact our world, we must cure ourselves from the excuse of intelligence. Now, I must tell us something. The thinking that guides our intelligence is much more important. So the thinking that guides our intelligence is what is important. Thank you, Ma, for joining us. The attitude we have about our intelligence is what is important. So what attitude do you have about yourself? Do you see yourself like someone that has the intelligence, that someone that has the capacity and the brain power to go out there and be successful? So the attitude we have about our intelligence matters a lot. So how can we cure ourselves from this intelligence excuse? How can we cure ourselves from this excuse we give to ourselves on a daily basis? Excuse of, I cannot start this business. I cannot read this book. I cannot take this course. I cannot start this YouTube channel. I cannot start this Facebook Live. How can we cure ourselves from this excuse of downplaying our intelligence, of downplaying our brain power? Number one, we must never underestimate our own intelligence. We must never underestimate our intelligence and never overestimate the intelligence of others. Most times we overestimate the intelligence of other people. You look at the other person and you say, this parent is the parent that is successful. This parent is so good. This parent has a good career. This parent is doing a lot. This parent, everything is working out for this parent. Everything is working out for this person. This person is just so smart. This person is just intelligent. This person has just been promoted in her job or his job. We overestimate the intelligence of others and we underestimate our own intelligence. But today, I am here to tell us that we are worthy, we are capable, so we should learn to overestimate our intelligence. We should not downplay on our intelligence. We should not downplay on our strength. We should not downplay on our abilities. We should not downplay on our capacity, because we have the power. We have the capacity to achieve what you're looking at the other person has achieved. The second way we can cure ourselves from this intelligence excuse is that we must remind ourselves several times daily that our attitude are more important than our intelligence. Our attitude is what is more important than even the intelligence. The attitude you have about yourself, the way you see yourself, the way you envision yourself. How do you even see yourself? How do we even see ourselves? Do you know some of us, we don't even see ourselves like we're worthy enough? Some of us don't even see ourselves like we're capable. Some of us don't even see ourselves like we're creative. Some of us don't even see ourselves like we're a God. But it is written in the Bible, we are gods. Some of us don't even see ourselves like, I can contribute anything to the world. We shy away, we run away, we just keep giving an excuse. Oh, I'm not Mr. A, I am not Mrs. B. Public speaking is not for me. I am a shy person. I am an introvert. All those labels, all those tags we give to ourselves, we must learn to have a positive attitude and a positive mindset about ourselves if we must cure ourselves from this intelligence excuse. Then the third way we can cure ourselves from this excuse we give to ourselves, we must use our minds to create and develop ideas. We are a creative force. We are a creative power. Do you know that we were cut from the same cloth as God? Do you know we are gods? Do you know we have the capacity to bring solutions to problems in our world? But how often do we tell ourselves this? Rather, we downplay ourselves. Rather, we disbelieve ourselves. But I am here to tell us today that we have the capacity and the ability to create and develop ideas within your space. As a parent, what idea can you bring into your home? What idea can you bring into your life, the life of your children, to make the life of people around you better? In your place of work, in your church, what are those things? What are those challenges you can see? What are those problems you can see that you can bring solution? Solution doesn't have to be something very big. It can be something very little that is going to impact the lives of people. So we have the capacity, we can do it. And we must occasionally tell ourselves that we can do it. Another excuse we give to ourselves for not succeeding is the excuse of age. We give so many excuses. Oh, some people will tell you, I am too old. Some people will tell you, I am too young. Some people will tell you, oh, my mate. What is your mate? Some people will tell you, my mates have gone far. My mates are managers. My mates have done this. My mates have done that. Have we forgotten that some of those people you're saying your mates are in the grave? So there is nothing like your mates. We must stop it. We must stop giving ourselves this excuse of age. When you want to start up a new course, you say, oh God, I'm old. I am 40. Can I do it? You want to read a book. Oh, you say, oh, I'm a parent. Oh, I'm getting old. Can I read this book? You want to do a course. You say, oh, I'm old. Reading book is for young people. Why do we give ourselves all these excuses? We must cure ourselves from these excuses. People that are old, we give excuse. I am too old. I cannot do it. People that are young will give themselves excuses. I am too young. I don't have the capacity. I'm still enjoying my life. But we must step away from these excuses of age. And one of the ways, or some of the ways we can handle this excuse of age, number one, look at your present age positively. So you're listening to me. You're catching a replay. I'm also talking to myself. We must learn to look at our age positively. Are you 30? Are you 35? Are you 40? Are you 45? Are you 50? Are you 60? Are you 20? How old are you? We must learn to look at our age positively, because it starts from the way we look at ourselves. It starts from the way we see ourselves. Most of us see ourselves like, I am too old. I cannot read any book. Most of us see ourselves like, I am too old. I cannot go back and have a degree. Most of us see ourselves, I am too old, I can't go back for my master's. Most of us see ourselves, oh my God, PhD, I can't do that. But from today, I am here to tell us, including myself, that we must learn to look at our age in a positive way. See your age that, oh, this age is the best age I have. This age, I am going to make good use of it. Whatever God has revealed to me to do within this time frame of my life, this season of my life, I am going to do it irrespective of my age. That is what it means to look at your age in a positive way. Not looking at any limitation. Not saying that anything can limit you, but telling yourself that I can do it. Even if I'm 34, even if I'm 35, even if I'm 40, and I want to go back to school and read another course, I can do it. So we must learn to look at our age in a positive way. The second way we can cure ourselves from this excuse of age is to compute how much productive time you have left. So how much productive time do you have left? You're 30. How many years do you want to live on earth? Probably you want to live 100 years. You still have 70 years to be productive. You're 40. Maybe you want to live 120. You still have so many years to be productive. Yes, I can see. Learning is a lifelong journey. The day we stop learning, we start dying. Yes, you are productive. So how many years do you have to be productive? Stop giving yourself excuse. Get to work. You can do it. Capacity is in the mind. Capacity is in the mind. Don't limit yourself, because you have all it takes to do that thing. Then the third way we can cure ourselves from this excuse is that we must invest future time in doing what we really want to do. So what is that thing you really want to do? What is that thing you like to do? What is that thing that comes to you naturally? What is that thing that if I wake you up from sleep, you can just do it? What is that thing you can do without even being paid? Most of us have a lot of strengths that we are suppressing. Some people are good with public speaking. Some people are good with baking. Some people are good with sewing. Some people are good with so many things. Some people are good with organization. Some people are good with administration. Some people are good with writing. Some people are good with singing. So what is that thing you really like? So that thing you really like, begin to do it. Don't allow negative voices to shut you. Don't allow negative voices to prevent you from doing that thing you really like to do. Don't look at your age like a limitation. Begin to step out and do that thing you really want to do. That is one of the ways we can cure ourselves from this excuse of age. The other excuse we give to ourselves for not succeeding is the excuse of luck. Most of us tell ourselves, this person is successful because this person is lucky. This person is successful because this person is lucky. This person has a godfather. This person has a godmother. This person has someone that spoke for him or her. Most of us give ourselves excuses. I am not successful because I don't have a godfather. I am not successful because I am not lucky. I am not successful because I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have this and that. I don't have X, Y, Z. But it is a limiting mindset. It is limiting us. And we must step away from this limitation of seeing other people as they are being lucky. You see a successful person and the first thing that comes to your mind is this person is lucky. It was his father, his mother, the parents created the way. The parents were wealthy now. I did not see me, my parents. What do I have? Me, look at my background. This, that, you start to compare. And in that process of comparing, you sit where you are, you don't grow, you just give yourself excuses and you keep remaining in the same position. But we must step away. We must step away from this excuse of luck. And how can we step away? I'm here to tell us that most of the people you see that they are lucky, if you really get close to them and ask them questions, you find out that a good number of them prepared. A good number of them have planned their life. There was preparation done for their success. A good number of them have put in the work. If you sit down with a successful person and the person tells you what he or she does, you know the amount of self-discipline, the amount of work they put in to see for us to see the outcome of what we see in the open, a good number of us will not even do it. So let's cure ourselves from this thing of this person is lucky. No. Most people actually put in the work. So our responsibility is to go and put in a work. Put in the work for our success. Our responsibility is for us to go and start to prepare, start to plan how we are going to be successful and not looking at the person on the other side and saying this person is successful. Then the other way we can cure ourselves from this luck excuse is don't be a wishful thinker. Success comes from doing those things and mastering those principles that produce success. We always hear it. Our coaches tell us, our mentors tell us that there are principles to success. There are principles to life. Don't be a wishful thinker. Let us learn to follow the principles. Don't be the person that will say, okay, I want to write an exam. Okay, I'm going to read chapter 1, chapter 3, chapter 5. I'm not going to read the other chapter. Follow the principle. The principle for you to pass is for you to read your book. So follow the principle. The principle of success is there. We must learn to follow the principle. Let us stop being wishful thinkers. Don't see someone that is doing so well or someone that is successful and say, this person must have done something here and there. No, we must learn to follow the principles of success. And when we follow these principles, we will find out that we will begin to step in and get closer to our goals. So that is chapter 2. Are you enjoying this class? Just tell us something. Say, yes, I am enjoying. Are you getting value for your time? Just drop it in the comment section. Let us know you are getting value. Then the other chapter we're going to be reviewing of our book, chapter 3, is that we must build confidence and destroy fear. We must build confidence and destroy fear. Confidence is something that is lacking in our society. Most of us, we look confident, we appear to be confident, we might even dress in a confident way, we might rub everything, cover up, but deep down within us, we are struggling with lack of confidence and fear. So we must learn to build our confidence. It's our responsibility to build our confidence. It's no one else's job. It's our job to work on ourselves. It's our duty and our responsibility to build our confidence and to destroy our fear. So how are some of the ways we can conquer our fear? Number one of the ways we can conquer our fear is to isolate our fear. Yes, we must even understand what we are scared of. So as a person, as a parent, as an individual, what are you scared of? We must get comfortable with reflecting. We must get comfortable with self-reflection. Reflect what happens during your day. Reflect about your life. Don't go through life like that. Let us reflect. So reflect. What are you scared of? What is that thing that you are scared of? Because for us to solve a problem, we must first of all identify what the problem is. So one of the ways we can conquer our fears is to isolate our fear. Pin it down. Pin it down. Pin that fear down. Tell yourself, I am scared of XYZ. Whenever I see XYZ, I am scared. Whenever I want to do XYZ, I am scared. Whenever I want to do this, I am scared. Pin it down. Isolate the fear. Then determine exactly what you can do. When you pin it down, when you know what you're scared of, when you know what you're afraid of, then sit down, reflecting, and ask yourself, what can I do to overcome this fear? What can I do to do away with this fear? But it starts from the point of realization of what this fear is. It starts from the point of self-awareness of what this fear is. So pin down your fears, isolate your fears, and sit down. Come up with strategies on how you can deal and conquer this fear, or how we can conquer this fear. Then the other thing we can do is that we must then take action. When you pin this fear, you isolate this fear, we must take action, because nothing can happen except we put in the work. Our fears cannot stop. The fears we have cannot just say, okay, I'm done for today, I'm gone, I'm leaving you. No, it cannot stop, it cannot go except we put in the work. We must put in the work. We must do something about the fear, as I said, because inaction strengthens the fear. When you don't do anything about your fear, even after pinning the fear down, even after isolating this fear, even after realizing that this is what I am scared of, and you sit down and don't do anything, your inaction will strengthen that fear in you. And it destroys your confidence. So we must get to work. When you pin it down, you isolate it, you come up with strategies on how to handle that fear. Then the other thing we can do to help us conquer our fear is to put positive thoughts in our memory bank. Put positive thoughts in our memory bank. What is our memory bank filled with? If we are to open our memory bank, thank you, sir, for joining us. If we are to open our memory bank, what is it filled with? Is it filled with positive thoughts? Is it filled with beliefs? Is it filled with your aspirations? Or is it filled with negativity? Is it filled with challenges? Is it filled with complaints? Is it filled with excuses? But if we must conquer our fear, if we must build our confidence, we must put positive thoughts in our memory bank. So every day when you wake up, you tell yourself, I am enough. I am worthy. Even if I make mistake, it doesn't matter. I will get up, I will rise, and that's magic. Then the other way we can conquer our... Hello, sorry, I think we had a network glitch, but we are back. We are back. Yes, we are back. So chapter 4 of our book, How We Can Think Big. Yes, how we can think big. Now we must remember that a big thinker always visualizes what can be done in the future. A big thinker is that person that visualizes what can be done in the future. He is not struck with the present. So a big thinker is not someone that is stuck with the present. A big thinker is not someone that just focuses on the present, but a big thinker is someone that visualizes what can be done in the future, what he or she can achieve in the future, even when the situations, the circumstances around the person, the circumstances around us do not even prove that we are going to achieve this. But because we think big, we've already visualized and envisioned that we are going to achieve success. We are going to achieve our goals, or achieve that we've set our minds to achieve. Then the other chapter, chapter 5, is how we can think and dream creatively. How can we think and dream creatively? Now, creative thinking is simply finding new, improved ways to do something. So when you find new, improved ways to do something, you are actually being creative. So if we must be creative as parents, in our place of work, wherever we find ourselves, we must consistently ask ourselves, how can I find a better way of doing something? How can I find a better way of doing this thing? How can I create value? How can I add value? So we must consistently ask ourselves this question. Then some of the ways we can think big and dream creatively is, number one, we must believe it can be done. We must believe in ourselves that we can think big. We must believe we can creatively think. We must believe that we are creative. Because when we believe something, it can be done. Belief is very important. Belief is power. When we believe something, it can be done. Because our mind will begin to find ways that thing will be achieved. When you believe something is seated in your mind will begin to find ways on how to achieve that thing. So we must first of all believe. Believing is very important. Then number two, we must eliminate impossible. We must eliminate words like I cannot. We must eliminate words like I cannot do this. We must eliminate those words from our vocabulary. We must eliminate those words from our dictionary for us to think big and dream creatively. Then the other way we can think big and dream creatively is that don't let tradition paralyze your mind. Don't let tradition paralyze your mind. We must be receptive to new ideas. Are you receptive to new ideas? We must be receptive to new and improved ideas. That thing you're doing as a parent, it's not been working. There are better ways. Can you go out there and seek for better ways? Can you go out there and research for better ways on how to do the thing? So we must learn to seek new ideas. We must learn to find new ways of doing things. Don't stick to your old ways that is not working. We must step above our traditions, our beliefs that don't serve us. We must go out there to begin to seek for ideas that are working. Then the other way we can think and dream creative is to ask ourselves daily, how can we be better? How can I do better? How can I be a better person? How can I be a better individual? How can I be a better parent? How can I be a better husband? How can I be a better mom? How can I be a better wife? How can I be a better person? So wherever we find ourselves, occasionally, we must consistently ask ourselves this question: how can I be better? How can I be better? What can I do more? What can I contribute in my space? What can I contribute in my home? What can I contribute in my place of work? So we must put ourselves on this spot. We must put ourselves in this position of consistently thinking of what we can do better. When we begin to practice this, it helps us to think. Occasionally, it helps us to think big and to dream big. And we must practice asking and listening. Listening is a very good skill. Most of us, we need to develop our listening skills, because most of us, we don't listen. We wait to respond. When our spouses are talking to us, our children are talking to us, we are not listening. We are pressing our phone. We are waiting for them to finish so we can respond. But we must learn to practice active listening. Thank you for joining us. We must learn to practice active listening. When you listen empathetically. Thank you for joining us. When you listen to the emotions of the person talking to you. When you listen to the feelings, listen to what the person is not even saying. When we begin to practice active listening, it helps us to think creatively. Then the other chapter we are going to study, which is the last one, is that we can do what we think we are. So what you think you are, you can achieve it. If you tell yourself, I can do it, then you can do it. If you tell yourself, I cannot do it, then you cannot do it. If you tell yourself, I am good enough for this job, then go ahead. You are definitely good enough for this job. But if you tell yourself, I am not good enough for this job, then you're just limiting yourself. So what we say we can do, definitely we can do. Then in conclusion, I want to remind us that we should not sell ourselves short. We are created for more. Inside of each of us, we have the ability, the capacity to be better and to be more. We were created on planet Earth to achieve more. The question I have for us today, are you achieving more? Are you settling in success? Even if you're successful, you can be more. In that stage, that level where you are, you can be more. Are you settling in where you are? Don't settle, because we are created for more. Don't sell yourself short. Don't limit yourself. We must learn to conquer the crime of self-deprecation. Most of us reduce ourselves to nothing. Most of us tell ourselves, I am not enough. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. I cannot apply for this job. I cannot read a book. I cannot attend this course. We just give ourselves so many excuses. But when we do that, we should change ourselves. We must learn to concentrate on our assets. What are your assets? What are your strengths? What are those things God has blessed you with? What are those gifts you have in the inside of you? Are you cultivating it? Are you planting? Are you watering your gifts? Are you watering your assets? Or are you looking at the other man on the other side? Or are you looking at the other parent on the other side? Or are you looking at the other woman on the other side? When you look at all those things, you actually distract yourself. And before you know, comparison sets in. And comparison is a killer of joy. So we must learn to develop our assets. We must learn to develop our strength. We must learn to develop those gifts and talents that God has placed on the inside of us. Then in conclusion, you are better than you think you are. You are better than you think you are. If you think you can't achieve it, I am here to tell you, you can achieve it. If you think you cannot do whatever your goals are, the goals are too much, I am here to tell us that we can achieve whatever we set our minds to achieve. What it takes is just for us to believe. First of all, believe in yourself and you will see yourself succeeding. You will see yourself doing more. You will see yourself achieve. Even when you're faced with fear, you look at fear in the face and say, I am scared, but I will do this. So we can do it. Capacity is in the mind. Our capacity, our ability, everything is in our mind. So I bring us this message of renewal. I bring us the message of growth. I bring us this message of not limiting ourselves. I bring us this message of believing in our abilities, believing in our strength, believing in our capacity, believing that we have solutions to problems, believing that we are creators, believing that we are creative. We have the capacity to create and to bring solutions to problems in our world. We can. We have everything it takes to achieve our goal. All it takes is to believe in ourselves, and we will be able to do it. So how was it for you? Drop it in the comment section. Let us see. How was this book review? How has it been for you? In one word. In one word, can you tell us how this book review was? So we reviewed this book, The Magic of Thinking Big. It's a very beautiful book. I will encourage everyone to get it. It's going to change your mindset. It's going to change a whole lot of things it's going to change a whole lot of things, positively for you. So please get this book. And thank you for joining us. So see you in our next class. Yes, we're going to be having our webinar, our weekly webinar. We're going to have a break. So just go take a little break, 5 minutes break, then you come back. Yes, let us carry on with our webinar. So thank you for joining us. Remember, we're always here on Wednesdays for our book review, for our webinars, for our Wednesday live. We will definitely send notification. Remember to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Renewed Parent Academy, and get a copy of my book, Becoming a Renewed Parent. I'm going to drop the link in the comment section, or you can get it on Amazon. Thank you for your time. I really do appreciate your time. Do have a good day. And I can see value. Thank you. Do have a good day till I come your way next time. Bye.